If it's in a neighborhood and we see many more people need a car than there are cars available, price goes up in that area. The drivers are told, they then go to that place so that more people can get a ride out.
From zero to billion-dollar giant, Uber revolutionized transportation. But behind the convenience lies a dark tale of law-breaking and controversy. Let's expose the shocking tactics that propelled Uber to dominate the ride-hailing industry. If we go back 10 years or so, things were totally different. Uber was a company that would change the way that we move forever. With a simple tap on a screen, Uber made getting a ride easier than ever, but as it grew, so did the controversy. From legal battles to concerns about safety and data privacy, Uber's rise wasn't without its challenges. Could these controversies play a role in their immense growth? It started with a simple problem. On a cold night in Paris in 2008, Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp couldn't find a taxi. This annoying experience gave them an idea that would later become a billion-dollar business. The idea was simple but new. Let people ask for a ride just by tapping a button on their phones. Picture this, it's 2010 and San Francisco is about to witness the birth of a game changer. Uber rolls onto the scene and suddenly everyone's feeling like a VIP. Want to channel you're in a James Bond? There's an app for that. No more fumbling for cash or playing. Where's my ride? Just tap, track and go. But hold up, there's a plot twist. The city bigwigs aren't exactly rolling out the red carpet. They're waving rulebooks and crying foul. Now, most folks would pump the brakes, but Travis Kalanick, he floors it. Rules? What rules? He's not just bending them, he's practically pretending that they don't exist. And to ensure definite growth, they had to adapt and choose a smarter strategy. When they go to a new city, they give away free or cheap rides to get people to use the app. They also gave drivers big bonuses for joining. This costs a lot of money, but it helped the app become more popular quickly. They devised clever tricks to deal with cities that didn't want them. They created secret software called Grayball to avoid getting caught by officials. They also got their users to help by asking them to sign petitions or email city leaders to support the app. Uber received a large amount of money from investors, including $258 million from Google. This money helped Uber grow quickly and spend more on ads than its rivals, and didn't just want to be a ride-sharing app. They started Uber Eats for food delivery and worked on self-driving cars. They wanted to be the go-to app for all kinds of transportation. So what did Uber do wrong in its quest to be the biggest? As the company grew, it did many things that people thought were wrong or unfair. These actions helped Uber grow fast, but also got it into a lot of trouble. One of the worst things they did was how it fought its rivals, especially Lyft. Uber made fake Lyft accounts to spy on the drivers. They'd crash Lyft's events where they tried to hire new drivers. They even ordered and cancelled lots of Lyft rides to mess up their service. It also had problems with how it treated its drivers. The company said drivers weren't employees but independent contractors. This meant that Uber didn't have to give drivers benefits like health insurance or paid time off. Many people thought that this wasn't fair. Inside Uber, there were big problems with how people were treated. Many women said that they were harassed or treated unfairly. One of the other problems that this tech company showed was that it often ignored local laws when they entered new cities. They'd start operating without getting the right permits, thinking it was better to say sorry later than ask permission first. This has caused legal trouble for Uber in many places. There were also worries about how Uber handled people's private information. Some Uber employees used a tool called GodView to track where specific users were going, including famous people. When they tried to expand into China, it ran into more problems. They spent billions of dollars trying to succeed there, but people found ways to cheat Uber's system, which cost them a lot of money and even created a secret tool called Hell to spy on Lyft drivers. This tool lets them see which drivers are working for both Uber and Lyft and could be used to try to get those drivers to work for Uber only. And how's Uber changed the transportation industry for the better or for worse? Uber's changed the way that we think about getting around, bringing both good and bad changes to the transportation world. On the good side, they made it easier for many people to get rides. You can order a car with just a few taps on your phone, and it's often cheaper than a regular taxi. This has been really helpful in areas where it's hard to find public transportation. And do you want to know the biggest flex? It also created new ways for people to make money. Driving for Uber lets people work flexible hours and earn extra cash when they need it. This was especially helpful during tough economic times when regular jobs were hard to find, and also brought new technology to transportation. But this transportation app also caused problems. Traditional taxi drivers in many cities lost business because they couldn't compete with Uber's low prices and easier service. This led to protests, sometimes violent ones, by taxi drivers around the world. Some studies say that services like Uber might actually make traffic worse in cities. More people using the app instead of buses or trains could mean more cars on the road. Uber's decision to classify drivers as independent contractors instead of employees, starting a big debate about workers' rights in the new gig economy. Drivers got flexibility, but they don't get benefits like health insurance or paid vacation. But its aggressive growth forced cities and governments to figure out how to deal with new technologies that don't fit old rules. As the company's aggressive growth brought a change for everyone, they brought new and helpful services to people like Uber Fresh, a food delivering app, in August 2014, which was later renamed as Uber Eats in 2015. It changed how many restaurants do business and how people get their meals. In the end, their story shows both the good and bad sides of a fast-growing tech company. They brought new and helpful services to many people, but they also broke the rules and treated people unfairly along the way. After Kalanick left as CEO, Uber tried to fix its image and be a better company. Today, Uber's still a big player in transportation, but it faces ongoing challenges. It still deals with questions about driver rights, follows regulations and tries to make a profit. As they move forward, it needs to balance its desire to grow and innovate with being responsible and ethical. The company's ability to navigate these challenges while maintaining its growth and profitability will likely determine its long-term success and impact on the world of transportation. Remember when COVID-19 brought the world to a standstill and the people weren't going out much, so they didn't need rides? But these companies found a way to adapt. They started focusing more on delivering food. This showed that they could use their app and drivers for different jobs. In the future, they might do even more types of work. And do you know that these ride-sharing companies are now helping cities plan better? They have a lot of information about how people move around. Some cities are working with them to use this information to make better decisions about roads and public transport. But this also makes people worry about privacy. Some wonder if it's okay for private companies to have so much say in how cities are run. As these companies keep changing, they'll need to work closely with cities and governments, but it might not always be easy. This collaboration has the potential to create more efficient and sustainable transportation systems. It could also lead to new innovations and development. Only time will tell if this partnership will be a success. Now that you know the hidden truths behind Uber's rise to the top, what do you think about their tactics? If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines. Don't forget to click the bell icon so that you never miss an update. See you in the next video, take care.